some new folks left a message on our website, and I answered my. They're wanting to do haves and wants, and I invited him, and I saw, let's see, Christopher. Yeah, I saw Christopher Casey. He got on here. I sent him a link to our meeting today, and there was another one. Anthony was another gentleman that I forwarded it to. So yeah, Christopher, do you have anything? If you want to unmute yourself, you got something you want to share with us? Are you a wholesaler that I understand, or?
Hi, yeah. So I'm Christopher. This is my first time being on your meeting, so thanks for allowing me to join. So basically, I'm kind of researching all of this stuff. I am new to this, and I was really interested in wholesaling actually. And so I think I'm not sure if that was you, Lloyd, that sent me the email back. But you said that there were some wholesalers in the group. So really, I'm just kind of curious as to kind of how all this stuff works. I think I sent a couple of questions to that one email address that was in the Zoom link. And so I don't know if this is the proper platform now to ask some questions, or if I was just
Oh,
going to.
no, I just told him to give me a call. I said, if I
Well,
get,
if you got something specific, yeah, you want to ask. I don't know if we got any wholesalers on the call here. Other
that way I
wholesalers.
know you're home for the rest of the day now, or somebody's home. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, well, I'm still waiting.
Yeah, sorry about that. I guess it was somebody that was unmuted.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
So yeah, I mean, I didn't want to take up too much of your time. If you guys had some other things that you wanted to talk about, I know I'm kind of just a newbie on here, so I don't know how this usually goes. So, but I did have a few questions, if you guys don't mind.
No, go ahead.
Okay, sure. So I guess I was just wondering, what is the best way? Well, first of all, how do you guys find your motivated sellers? And what's the best way to match those sellers to potential investors?
Well, there's a lot of means of looking for sellers. I know a lot of people use the mass mailings. There's a lot of companies do mailing lists and things. Trying to think, somebody. I know one of the. I know one of the wholesalers in our group. John, what's Chris Cleywine? Chris Cleywine, and actually he mentors some folks, and I can send you his email. Maybe since I got your email, now I can send you his email. Maybe you can get in touch with him. He
Sure.
could share some of his stuff. He shared some. He's done some presentations for our group before, just to give you some general ideas. In fact, I think I got one of his handouts. I could mail that to you too.
Oh, sure. I appreciate it. Thank you. I
Give us
appreciate
something
that
good
very
to start with.
Yeah, though that's a good idea, Lloyd. Yeah, Chris is a good wholesaler. He's one of the best in the city, probably in the country, be my opinion. I looked at your questions earlier, Chris. I just got them right before we got on. The 4 questions you asked, that's really a whole weekend of a seminar. Okay, my suggestion:
Yeah, I
would be
figured.
don't spend any money right now, but get some things on wholesaling. I'll send you a little bit of information this afternoon when I get back after I get this recording done. But my suggestion would be maybe get on YouTube and look at a couple of things on wholesaling. Get you a good book, and that's a great place to start. I did a wholesaling quick start for our group a couple months ago at no charge, because if you're a member of the STLREIA, which I don't know that you are right now, but I'm probably going to offer it again for no charge, but it gives you everything you need to get started. I know some of the questions you had were pretty in depth, and it's not something you can just answer easily right now, and that's okay. That's the best way to get started. But I'll tell you, you are at the best place you could be right now. We are the oldest and the only nonprofit group in the St. Louis area, and you will get a lot of good information just from being associated with our group. So I'm not trying to sell the group, but we still are only $75 a year for 2 people at the same address, and you're going to get a lot of good information out of this. But we'll get you some stuff to get you started. I'll come up with a couple things this afternoon, and just take off little bite pieces, chunks at a time, at your rate of consumption, because it can be really overwhelming. And I know my first wholesaling course, I spent about $8,000 on it. And it's good, but a lot of the stuff you can get without spending money. So I would just recommend, just stay educated. That's what I recommend to everybody. And what we do here, and this is one of my own personal philosophies, is it's real estate investing education that does not break the bank. I personally have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on education. Some of it's good, well worth it. Some of it's not. Yeah, but being a new person, Chris, you just want to start off and get some basic information and see if that's what you want to do. Wholesaling is a great way to do it, though, because you can get in with no money, no credit, and you can have your first check in less than 30 days if you get in there. So I'll send you some stuff this afternoon. Now, does that answer your question? I guess.
Yes, that does. That's great. Thank you so much. And I figured my questions were probably going to be kind of lengthy, so I didn't want to take up too much time on this platform. But I do appreciate the information. I also saw the ebook on your website, and I started reading that. And some good information in there too. And I've been kind of consuming a lot of information over the past few days, just kind of looking into it and researching. And so I definitely appreciate every resource that you guys could offer. And just thank you guys so much for allowing me to speak and ask my questions. Thank you.
We appreciate you being
Yeah.
here, Christopher. That's you're definitely welcome, and we're so happy to have you here. Thank you.
Right. Yeah, and I'll forward you some more information too that I've got. In fact, what John was saying, if you join our group, it's only $75 for the year. Since we've been on Zoom since back in March, John's been recording all our meetings, and I think Chris Kleewine presented one this summer. And so if you join, we've got a recording on our website of his presentation, and you're welcome to listen to it. So
Yeah,
another big advantage. I'm right. In fact,
very soon.
yeah, I was reminded that I was writing an article for our monthly newsletter. We put out a monthly newsletter on all the new resources we've got on our website that a lot of our members may not realize that we've been recording all these meetings, and even our Friday sessions here with Davis and Travaglini, they're all on there for past information. So we've got a lot of good information there.
Yeah, and one more thing. So if I was going to get on another meeting with that, I would have to be a member to join another one of your
You
meetings?
can join these for free, and anybody's welcome to come on Fridays to our Zoom meetings.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, anybody else got anything? Anybody got anything for sale? Anybody looking for some services? Looking to buy a property in a particular part of town?
Lloyd, this is Sandra Holtmeyer. I'm a wholesaler and an agent. I have a new wholesale property that'll be coming out in a couple of weeks, getting through some COVID stuff first, but it would be ideal for a rental in St. Charles County in the
Great.
Forest Park neighborhood. It is on St. Paul. I don't want to give the address yet until I have pictures and everything for everybody, but it is a 4-bedroom, 1.5 bath. It's on a slab. The slab does need some repairs, but I had Missouri Basement go out and take a look at it, and they said it's minor. It doesn't need piering or anything. Just sorry, COVID brain. Carbon fiber repair, and maybe re-pour garage floor, though if you keep it as a rental, it's fine. It's just got one crack down the middle. But I'll be asking $109 for it. The ARV is around $170. The kitchen and bathrooms have been updated. It does need patch paint and new flooring, but I think you could get it ready as a rental for well less than $10,000. I would keep it myself, but I'm in the phase of paying down debt and finishing 2 rehabs. So it's a good opportunity for someone. So if anyone's interested, they can reach me at 636-856-3358. This one's not even been blasted out, so you guys are the first ones to hear about it.
Okay, great to hear
Thank
that. Did you ever get? I remember you had you were looking for a carpenter for a deck a while back, last summer, I thought, or fall.
Good memory. Yes, I did find one, and they're actually still finishing it now. St. Louis County's been so lovely and moving slow with COVID. It's not all their fault, but yeah, they're wrapping that up this week. I did find one, but
Okay,
lumber
yeah,
prices are not good.
I remember that because I was looking for somebody at the same time, and And I just got mine finished yesterday.
Oh, right. I know. I kept telling this
The
contractor, just finish it before the ground freezes, please.
the railings were on back order, so he actually got it finished before Christmas. The decking got done before Christmas, but I wanted the aluminum railing, and that was on back order, and it didn't come in until just last week, and finally got it finished up.
Yeah. I'm glad you found one. Good.
Oh, glad you did too.
Thank you.
Is it Cipriano, is it? What, you had a question, you raised your hand there? Or you had
Oh,
something?
hi.
Hi.
Yeah, thanks for calling on me. Yeah, I've been part of your group for a little while, for just under a year, and my former colleague invited me to your group, Jim Heiser. He knows a lot about renovations and rehabs and rentals, and I told him that I was really interested in this. I'm currently renting now, but I'm looking for a 2-family to start off and begin like a portfolio, or just I'd like to get rental properties. I used to own a home in the city, and then I sold it, downsized to rent. But I've been renting for 2 years now, and I'm ready to get a multifamily. I think I'm ready. Are there any resources on, because right now the reason I'm asking this question is it's very difficult to find 2-family homes, because people with a lot more experience keep gobbling them up. But are there any resources or suggestions on how to cold call homeowners or homeowners of multifamilies that might sell? I understand that that's one way to get property. So say I see a house on a street, I like it, I'd send a letter with hopes of buying it. Is that a thing, or is that are there better ways to find property that isn't on the market?
Well, I don't know if Sandra's on it. She's a wholesaler. Are there? I know there's a list of non-owner occupied properties, because I get tons of postcards in my mailbox, and some from Sandra even, but wanting to buy an existing rental house. But I'm not sure if can you get your list? And there are list brokers that sell these lists, and there's some services I know that will actually, you tell them what you want, and you tell them what letter. They got certain format of letters and postcards that they'll send, and you just tell them the list and give them your credit card number, and they'll send out your letter to all the property owners that meet your requirement. I'm not sure if they can get it down to a 2-family market or not. Sandra, do you know about any of these list brokers that do that?
I've used Listability and List Reports in the past, and they do sell lists. I can't attest to the quality or how recent the lists are. I do suspect sometimes they're not new, but if you work with an agent, they can also pull a list from the MLS. But there's nothing wrong with reaching out to the owners and telling them you're looking in that area. I mean, you're going to get a lot of no's, but I send out postcards. Lloyd's gotten them, and that's my second largest referral lead source is my postcards. So it does work.
Okay. Oh, it does. Okay. Yeah. I have a realtor, and someone mentioned to get a realtor, but make it their problem. But yeah, my realtor set me up on an MLS blast, but I don't really get much. It's like,
well, those will just be your active listings. The agent can go back into like their mailing list. I don't want to get into it too much on the phone. It'll confuse people that aren't agents. It's one of our software systems. We can go in and we can farm lists. We can go in and put down 2 families, 4 families, and pull our own mailing list. So if you ask your agent to go to where they get mailing lists, they can tell you all the non-owner occupied or out-of-state owners for 2 and 4 families. And that's how I get my postcard list. I go into the MLS back area and get a mailing list. But you can buy them. I just don't know how good they are. I've used them, but.
Okay, I'll reach out to my agent and see if he can do something like that. I appreciate it.
Or have him call me. I'm happy to, if he's never done it, I can show him right where it is.
Okay. And your email is,
SHOL, I'll put it in the chat, sholtom@gmail.com. I'll put it in here.
oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, thank you. I appreciate this group. And there's a lot of knowledge here. So hopefully I can help you all and then you can help me. Again, I appreciate it. So thank you.
Yeah,
no,
one of the
it's
great things is you can network here. And one of the little things that I've done for many years is get on the St. Louis County website if you know they're two family, and you can just start looking for people that are just getting behind on their taxes. Those are some of the best mailing lists that nobody looks at that I've used for almost 20 years now. And you make up your own. The people that are just getting behind, they're 1 year, 2 year behind, that are not quite to the tax sale yet. That's a little nugget that I'll just share with you that I don't tell a lot of people because there's really no competition there. So that's something you can do for yourself when you're just sitting around, I don't know, watching TV or eating moon pies or something. You know, you get on the website. So
Okay.
I still use that today. I don't send out more than probably 50 letters a year to get a couple deals.
So the St. Louis County website,
Yep.
Just look for, okay. I'll check it out.
Department of Revenue, just start looking at real estate and look for people going to tax history. This is a good time of year too, because we just had all the taxes were due at the end of the year, and you're going to see who didn't pay them and who did pay them and when they paid them, and if they're out of state owners or not, because you'll show where the taxes go. Now you'll have to go probably a step further on a lot of these if they get a few years, because some people don't want to be found. Okay, the owners. And that's just the way it is. But you can go to truepeoplesearch.com and look stuff up too. I put that like in the same category as like, I don't know, Google, the GPS or something like that. It's good about 90% of the time. But I've gotten phone numbers and all kinds of stuff recently. They'll show their relatives and a lot of stuff. That's a resource you can do for nothing. It doesn't cost one dime. I'm all for no cost unless it really brings me something, and then I'll spend the money. That's the way I do stuff now, after spending lots of money in the past. That's how I do it.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Just try that. If you got any questions, you can let me know on that too. It's a pretty simple process though.
John, is there a quick way to find who hasn't paid their taxes by group, or do you have to just go property by property?
Property by property is what I do. What I normally do is I'll take a block or a street that I know of, and then I'll look at everybody on the street. Because it usually goes in, well, it's going to get, I don't want to get too complicated, but yeah, it's basically property by property.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, and also if you know a neighborhood that you're doing, just drive the neighborhood and look for a property that, and if you want to get a good buy, look for a property that looks a little shabby and look like it needs some fix up. Write down the address and then go to either the county or the city's website and look it up. You can find the owner's address, whether they're living there or living elsewhere or out of state. You can send them a letter directly in.
Good, will do. Thank you.
Hey,
No.
glad to have you with us.
No.
Anybody else got anything?
No, I think Norm had something he wanted to say here. Norm, are you
Okay.
there?
Hey guys, yeah, thanks so much. Listen, I have a property that's at auction right now, 1761 Thursby Avenue in Kirkwood. And you can find it on my auction website at sold14days.com. And it'll be closing out on Sunday. So it is a tear down. It's the house behind it was sold. It's on a little bit larger lot. It was torn down and built sold for $635,000. This property is our starting bid is $184,500 on it. So the neighborhood is definitely turning, and we're looking for somebody to buy and tear down and build.
Oh, it sounds like a great deal. And Norm's going to be doing a presentation on wholesaling on, I believe it's the 22nd after Kathy Smith gets, Kathy Davis gets done. I'm sorry, I was dealing with Mr. Smith here. On the 22nd. So Norm just sold one of my houses, and in fact, I got a couple more. We're probably going to be putting on auction. This is a great way to sell them quickly. So that's something you definitely want to check into, and make sure that you attend on the 22nd on Friday. So, after Kathy Davis, we're going to have him on there do a CR presentation. It's just a great resource. Another way you can do this. So we have our other schedule. Our whole schedule will be coming out. I haven't had time to put it together yet, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. We have a lot of good things coming up with STLREIA here in the next few months. A lot of good things.
Great. Okay, anybody else? You have anything you want to bring up today?
I have a question, Lloyd, if you don't mind.
Sure, go ahead.
So I usually get single family rentals with basements. Look at my first slab. Anything I should look out for, which typically basement homes don't have issues with and slab homes have issues with?
Well, as Sandra pointed out, they can still have issues with settling. And in general, I've heard, some people like them as rentals. I know, I think, was it you, John, that mentioned you like them as a rentals because you don't get, when your tenant leaves, they don't leave you a basement full of junk.
Yes,
Because there is no basement.
that's right.
And they don't carry around a lot of junk with them because otherwise they look for a house with a basement. They have a lot of stuff.
No, if you watch that Channel 4, if you click on that link and watch that Chris Nagus' report from the other day, that'll give you an idea of what you don't want as a tenant. And that's unfortunately, those of us who have been here for a while, we've had one or two of them now and then.
Oh yeah.
And all I can say is you don't want to get mixed up in that if you can all avoid it.
Yeah.
In a basement, a lot of times invites extra stuff.
Yep, it does. Well, and the other drawback about them is in the St. Louis area, they are not. If you want, when it comes to selling, they're not near as popular. A little harder to move when it comes to selling one that doesn't have a basement, because everybody in the St. Louis area, if they've been here a while, they have a basement. You might get somebody from California or somebody moving from the South where they don't have basements. They might like it and be able to snatch it up. But and generally they're a little slower moving property when it comes to sell. But yeah, could be a good rental if you're looking for rentals for a long-term rental. Could be a good choice.
That's
You
what I'm
can
checking.
buy them a little cheaper because they're not as popular. So yeah, anybody else have any comment on that on slab houses for rentals? I generally personally try to stay away from them because I'm looking for positive cash flow for my properties, but not a ton of positive cash flow. I mean, primarily buy for long-term capital gains appreciation, and like I said, because they don't appreciate as well, and they don't sell for as much when you go to sell them. I stay away from them, but could be a good cash flow rental.
Well, as John Lee has said many times, without a basement, they can't move all their relatives and everybody else in too. There's no room for them if they don't have a basement.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, that article on Channel 4, as I got it from listening to it, I think the person that was living in the house when Chris Nagus went to the door was not the person she had originally rented to. It was some relative or a friend of hers. And when the landlord actually contacted her, she was living somewhere else, the person she had leased it to, and she had let somebody else move in. And then when she moved out, she didn't pay any big deal. She let this other person live. And then when she started getting the heat, because she was the one on the lease, I think she was the one that finally ended up, the story did have, if you call it a happy ending, the tenant did move out, but it left a lot of work for the landlord. The tenant that was there finally moved out. Is kind of how the story wrapped up. But like you said, it was a total. I've never had anybody trash a house like that before. So even though I've got some bad stories, it was pretty rough shape. And they had gone in and updated. You can see it was an older house. They had 6-panel doors, but you had to put 6-panel doors, updated the kitchens and bathrooms. But like I said, there were 6-panel doors laying on the floor, stomped in, trashed, broken off, ripped off the hinges. However, it was a sad, and just trash and garbage everywhere. It was a sad story. So, anybody else got anything you want to add to today's discussion? If not, I don't have anything else. John, you want to make any parting comments? Other than we got some good programs lined up for this next year, sounds like.
Yeah, thanks, Lloyd. Just keep an eye on your emails. We'll get the schedules out soon. I appreciate everybody attending today. We keep you as up to date as we can. We really appreciate Kathy Davis and their group keeping us updated. We had a little break, a couple weeks for the holidays, but we're back to business, it looks like. And as things change with our current environment, we'll keep you updated as much as we can. So just thanks for attending. Appreciate everybody being here.
Appreciate y'all for being here, and we'll see you next week.
Sure will. Thanks.
Take care. Bye-bye.